What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Q&A. So, I just did one last week, and since I had nothing else to do tonight, I figured I would go live and I'll talk with you guys. I love chatting with y'all, and makes things all the more fun for me getting to interact with everybody. So, if you guys got any questions, go ahead and put them down in the chat. Anything movie related, physical media wise, anything like that. And if you also want to join me, hit that link that I sent in the chat, and I will let you guys in. Already got my buddy Mr. Zach Milne in the chat. What's going on, my dude? Thank you for stopping by, man. As always, I am greatly appreciative of that. I'm doing all right. Tomorrow is actually a special day because tomorrow is actually my birthday. So I'll be turning 19 tomorrow, you guys. So I'm incredibly thankful for you guys. I'm incredibly thankful for you all, and especially my family. And I don't know how I've gotten this far in life, but but you know what? It's great. And tomorrow night I'm going to go off for dinner after work, so probably no video then. But I am going to try to get my Jurassic Park series done here fairly soon in the build-up to Jurassic World Dominion. So I probably will do that. I probably will do that before. I might start it next week, but we'll see how things go. And maybe I might start it this weekend. But we'll see. I am going to start my Jurassic Park series here fairly soon on my channel before Dominion. And I do also kind of, I don't know what else I would want to review into another movie. But one I was thinking of in the build-up to the Black Phone, I probably would review Sinister, because it is from the same director as Sinister, which is Scott Derrickson. So I might review Sinister, to hype myself up for the Black Phone. So let me know if you guys want to see that as well. So thank you, Zach. I really appreciate that. Thank you for giving me a little early birthday wish. I really appreciate that, my friend. Any big plans? Nothing too big, if I'm going to be honest. But this Friday, I might go to my new theater again. I did go there last Friday to see Multiverse of Madness, and it was a great experience in there with some great reclined seats, really good popcorn, and amazing big screen Sony digital transfer 4K. It was beautiful to look at on the big screen. So depending on what's playing this week in my theater, if I don't hear anything good about the new Firestarter, then I probably will not see it. But we'll see. I might see it. But if my theater ends up getting Everything Everywhere All at Once, surprisingly, then I'm going to see that. Because I know a theater down in Milford, Iowa, is actually getting that movie this weekend. And I'm like, holy crap, dude. I want to go back to Milford and see that. But we'll see how things go according to plan. So I'll think about it for right now. But I probably will be seeing Firestarter depending on reviews. If you are slightly, if they're make positive, then I will see it. If it's mixed, if it's negative reviews, say 20% or so on Rotten Tomatoes, then I will not see it. I'll just probably go see Multiverse of Madness for a second time. Or if Everything Everywhere All at Once is playing, then I'll go see that. But we'll see how it goes according to my theater. On 3 of the 5 screens, they played Multiverse of Madness, and the other 2 they played Father Stu and The Bad Guys, which The Bad Guys is one I want to go see a second time, but that's just not one that I'm like gonna go rush out to see a second time like Multiverse of Madness, even though I love both of those movies. But Father Stu I really don't care about. I probably will just wait for digital for that one. Kind of playing into Zach's question, how is the new theater? It is great. Comfortable reclining seats, and yeah, but one other thing that kind of bugged me about my like one little small thing that bugged me about my theater is that we actually have to pick our seats, and I couldn't even sit next to my best friend in the theater because most of the seats were actually taken, and like ones that are like white on the icon like for the seat, those are the ones that have not been taken. So I had to sit a row behind my best friend because I think the reason why those seats were taken were because people ordered their tickets online. But I don't know exactly how they were taken like that quick. It was a 6:45 showing. I mean, it was the grand opening of the theater, let's face it. But I gotta say though, I had a great experience seeing Multiverse of Madness. It is one of my favorite films of the year, so and I'm still getting my review uploaded for that. I filmed it last night, and I'm still having a little trouble getting it uploaded, but it will be uploaded hopefully later tonight or maybe in the morning. So, yeah, I'm so excited to start that theater more often and try to pump out more content for you guys. I'm so excited. Next week I'll be doing a stop. Dude, I am so excited for Top Gun Maverick. I am so excited for that movie. Can they just freaking finally stay in theaters and not have to go through so many delays? My goodness. I'm getting tired of all those delays. So, but I'm trying to plan this out a little bit because I actually want to go see it with my dad because his favorite movie of all time is Top Gun. But I think after work, the day it comes out, I might see it by myself. And then if I really like that movie quite a bit, say like a 4 out of 5 or so, then I'll take my dad to see it. Because I know how much he loves Top Gun. Top Gun is his favorite film of all time, and I'm a little bit cautious about that one because we don't have Kelly McGillis returning. But as long as we got the cast and we still got Tom Cruise, all for it, man. My buddy Reagan talked about movies. What is going on, buddy? Reclining seats. I'm jealous. My theaters are seats old-fashioned red, so I'm slightly comfortable, but you know. That was the type of theater that I went to for a while before my new theater opened. Because mostly with like other films I really wanted to see, it had to depend on like when they were gonna play. Say like I thought Halloween Kills was actually gonna play there in Sibley, Iowa, which was the theater I went to for a while before I did go to the theater sometimes in Okoboji, Iowa. I did go to one in Milford, obviously, for Mortal Kombat. But for a while, I did go to the Sibley Theater, also known as Max Theaters, and it was only a 2-cinema theater, and the seats were uncomfortable times where I feel like I had to put my hands on the back of my head just to relax a little bit. And during The Bad Guys, this one woman behind me taps on me and is like, "Hey, can you put your arms out? I can't really see this game." I'm like, "Okay." I mean, I listened to her. I mean, she wasn't being rude about it. But also, there was this one lady in front of me that was in the row in front of me. She wasn't exactly in front of me like my best friend was. But she was in the same row that my best friend was. And she was on her phone, like checking her Facebook and all that. Even like during the movie, like when the movie started. Like, I almost wanted to go over and say, "Hey man, could you please put your phone away? Movie started." But it is what it is.
Hey.
Uber has come to the table. How's it going?
Hi.
Just talking about my experience with my new theater after seeing Multiverse of Madness there. It was great. So, Reagan says got my tickets for Top Gun the day before I come to US. Still don't know about Doctor Strange. Please see Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, that was so good.
There were times where I was freaking out of my theater. I was just like, whoa, what? Like, even when my coworkers like asked me like how the film was, and I was like, it was insane.
Yeah, it was like totally not what I was expecting. Like, I knew from the first trailer that it was gonna be a piece of art, but I was just Sam Raimi threw me a curveball at that one.
Yeah, I was very surprised. I mean, I kind of knew what I was getting into because of Sam Raimi.
Yeah.
But I wasn't expecting that level of insane.
And this was the first time I had watched an MCU film opening night since like Avengers Infinity War, which is insane. Because
that's crazy, actually. And it's actually the first time seeing an MCU film the day it comes out, because most of the time I would go on Sundays to see an MCU film because they're over 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But with this one, it was the only like good time that my friend was able to go, so that's the reason why I went that Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the opening day of the theater, so I was very pumped to in some very comfortable seats and enjoy an MCU film for once.
Yeah, it was
Multiverse Madness was fun. Loved Wanda. Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
the way that so WandaVision was great, but the way that they took her arc, like Wanda's arc at the end of WandaVision, and the way that they kind of expanded on like how her character has developed. Like, I'm so excited to see her in future MCU projects and how this is going to affect her, because she's a really interesting character, and I'm kind of wondering what she's going to do in the future.
Yeah, but I was not expecting I knew that they were going to kind of Wanda a villain in this movie, but I wasn't expecting much menace out of her character.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting her to go full. Like, I knew that she was going to be some sort of villain. Like, I think everyone could have put that together from all the trailers, but I didn't know, like, that she was going to be the main villain. Like, the entire story, like, was so unpredictable. I also really liked. One sec.
All right. Yeah. So, and Movie Nerd is making some very good points about Multiverse Madness. Like, really some good points. Yeah, no spoilers. I'm not going to spoil it for you, Reagan, but I can tell you that I will be doing a spoiler stream here fairly soon talking about Multiverse of Madness. Oh, here's a new one coming in here. Heroic Waffles. Hey, man, new subscriber. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you, man, and thank you for coming to the channel. I really appreciate that. So, yeah, and I'm still unsure about the next movie I'm seeing on my new theater because they haven't confirmed what's going to be showing next for that weekend. Because, as I've stated earlier, 3 out of the 5 screens they were playing Multiverse of Madness, and the other 2 they were playing Father Stew and The Bad Guys.
Yeah, The Bad Guys was kind of surprised. It was way better than I thought. I'm just gonna say that.
I knew I was gonna like that movie. I just didn't think I would love it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, I was really excited for it, mostly because of the casting alone, especially with Sam Rockwell as the wolf, I was just like, that is perfect casting if I could ever call it perfect casting.
Yeah, and the animation was just on point for the movie. Like, it was really high production value and high quality. Like,
and you could tell that they were actually not just aiming towards kids for jokes, they were also pointing towards adults.
Yeah, same with like Sonic 2 because it's like a children's movie, but it's also like a little bit for everyone, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it has only like one fart joke in the movie, which is towards the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Which, no surprise when it comes to a kids movie, but that didn't stop me because I actually found it seemed pretty funny.
Yeah.
Because it's Robot Sonic and he's farting like he has had so much burritos.
Yeah.
Wait, no, chili dogs. I meant, sorry, chili dogs.
Yeah. Sorry.
That was too funny. And a lot of people do complain about the runtime of the film. I thought it was well warranted. I mean, yes, the human element, like when it comes to like the wedding subplot of the movie, I do think it slows it down a little bit. But for me, honestly, I didn't really feel that runtime.
Yeah.
I didn't feel the runtime at all.
I liked the post-credit scene though, like kind of hinting at a third installment of the franchise.
Like, yo, I was so excited. Like you could, I know you weren't there, like at the same theater that I was. Like when I was watching something like that Hedgehog 2, I came to the post-credit scene. My best friend and his friend were waiting outside in the lobby because they were gonna see from right there. I was sitting in the theater, like just waiting for the post-credits to pop up, and as soon as they popped up, I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, I went to like see it with so my brother because he actually like played the Sonic games, and he's like, "This is gonna be an interesting movie, especially since like Tails and Knuckles were gonna be in it from the trailers." But he's like, "Come on, like the movie's over," and I'm like, "But you gotta wait for the post-credit scene." So we sat there, and
exactly.
I'm like, because the way I googled him, the villain's name is Shadow.
Yeah. So. Yeah, and like as soon as one of my friends told me that there was a post-credit scene, they obviously didn't spoil it. But as soon as they told me that there was a post-credit scene, I was like, I have to stay for it.
Yeah, you gotta wait. Like it's always worth it.
Yep. I also say what's up to my buddy Alex Lopez. The Multiverse of Madness is good, but not great. I expect it, but I disagree. If I'm going to be honest with you, I do kind of disagree with that.
Agreed. I agree to disagree.
Yeah, I think like Multiverse of Madness is really good, but it's not like God tier MCU. That's how I would say it. It's not like God tier MCU. Like, it's not like God tier, like say, that No Way Home is, or even Ragnarok for that matter. But that's just me. But also, what's up, Jared?
What's up?
Yeah, sorry about me kind of rambling about Multiverse and Madness and how good it was, but I'm glad to see you here, man.
Glad to be here.
Yep. Like, dude, you're always popping in here, man. Like, anytime I do like one of these, anytime I do one of these Q&As, you're just popping in. So I'm gonna give you the little MVP award for that. But thanks to Movie Nerd for coming in. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. So I am still continuing. Anybody wondering, I am still continuing my Nicolas Cage month. I want to get a couple reviews out for a couple of Nicolas Cage movies before the end of the month. And especially do a watch along for a Nicolas Cage movie. But I don't know exactly which one I want to do. But what's up, Jared?
Huh?
Oh, I thought you said something for a second. Like I thought I heard you.
I didn't say anything.
Okay. But yeah, I did watch Between Worlds last night, which is one of the Nicolas Cage movies I bought for specifically this month. Movie sucks. It was awful.
Well, last night I watched Untitled Chapter 3 and The Last Key.
And I suspect that you did not like those movies.
Third one was meh. The last one, Last Key, was bad.
Yeah. But yeah, Between
And
Worlds was the last movie I watched.
I keep on hearing YMC, they're going to make another one.
They better not. I'm serious.
I looked up on Letterboxd. I looked up on Letterboxd. It says Insidious Chapter 5.
Enough with the Insidious movies. We don't need a fifth Insidious movie. Like, we didn't even need the Purge movie. Good God. They're just always talking back that kind of stuff, and I'm just like, just stop. Haven't you heard the term? Just leave it alone. God, studios are just money these days. Especially Sony. I mean, Sony's like the worst with it. But I don't know, man. I haven't decided what next movie in the Nicolas Cage month I'm gonna watch yet, because I want to get more first time watches out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Because most of the movies I bought last month for this month, for Nicolas Cage month, were films I've never watched. So most of them have been okay, but not all of them have been good. But I think out of all of them, I think Primal's the one I like the most out of the watch for the first time. Which is that's this movie right here. I actually did enjoy this for what it was. So
I've not seen that.
So yeah, if you guys have a good movie for Nicolas Cage month, I would recommend this, but there's obviously a lot better Nicolas Cage movies than this.
I only have a few.
Yeah, I saw that you got a couple of his recent movies, like Prisoners of the Ghostland and Willy's Wonderland.
Then Moonstruck, Kick-Ass,
and Kick-Ass. But yeah, I do have Willy's Wonderland on Blu-ray. If people hate this movie, I don't care what you tell me. I have so much fun with this movie.
It isn't the greatest movie, but it had a fun time.
Yeah, exactly. I really like Willy's Wonderland. And Prisoners of the Ghostland's fun too. I watched that one not too long ago. It was a rewatch. Still the same thoughts, but I still had fun with it regardless. But I don't know. Okay, that's a Sorry, you guys didn't see that.
Demonetize.
Yeah, if people demonetize me for that, you didn't see nothing. But the only two I have left on my shelf for first time watches are for Nicolas Cage month are Arsenal and so what's going on?
Hi, I saw you're live.
Well, thank you for stopping by, man.
Yeah. I heard you guys were talking about Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, we're talking about that for a little bit. Because I actually saw my new theater.
Oh, yeah?
The seats in my new theater are so comfortable. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, the theater in my town, they used to have an old Cinemark, and it was like the only theater there. And then they opened up a new one like 3-4 years ago. And ever since they opened that one up, the old one went out of business. So, but yeah, the new theater, I guess it's not new anymore, but here it's pretty nice.
Yeah, but I don't know if they're gonna play at my theater next weekend, or this weekend, I should say. But if they are playing, as I stated earlier, if they were playing Everything Everywhere All at Once, surprisingly, I would go see it right away. Like, no question about it. I would go see it.
Yeah, you should definitely go see that.
Because, dude, everybody is screaming from the hilltops and they're like, oh my God, it's a masterpiece. And I'm like, is it really?
Yeah, the thing about that is
everybody was telling me that it's going to give Multiverse of Madness a run for its money.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about that is, like, I think it's the number one I think it went down a little bit, but for a while it was number one, the highest rated movie on Letterboxd for a while. And I didn't know that before I saw it, so I feel like if I would have saw that before, then my expectations would have been a little too high, but it was really great. I think in terms of the multiverse angle, it's more kind of out there than Doctor Strange. There's more, the amount of universes that they go to is more, and but yeah, I mean, it's different movies. I don't really, people compare stuff like that. It's just they're going for totally different things, even though they both have that concept.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know, man, but we'll see what I think about that one when I eventually watch it. But I don't know. But more than likely, they might be playing Firestarter, the new Firestarter. If it gets mixed to positive, then I'll see it. But if it gets like in the negative, say like 20% on Rotten Tomatoes, then I'm not watching it in theaters. I'll just go see Multiverse Madness again, or if they're playing Everything Everywhere All at Once, I'll see that instead.
Yeah, I kind of want to see Firestarter just because John Carpenter did the score for it, but other than that, I really don't have much interest in it.
I didn't like the original to begin with, so I wasn't really open for a remake. And plus, I read the novel back in my junior year of high school, and I was like, they could have executed the film so much better than this.
Yeah, like I feel like
the original has some of the worst acting I've seen, like in a 80s movie. It's not, there is good things about it for sure, but the acting is awful.
I think, isn't Drew Barrymore in that, like when she was like really young?
Yeah, she was the one that was basically being the Firestarter.
Okay.
I mean, she did.
Yeah, I feel like ever since
the script was just absolutely awful. The script ruined the movie.
feel like ever since the newer one came out and that did really well, then like every studio is just trying to adapt Stephen King books.
Yeah, they're trying to remake a lot of his stuff. Like, they did make Doctor Sleep, which was successful and actually good.
Yeah. Well,
like,
it was really good, but I don't think it did that well at the box office.
Well, I mean, it was successful like to critics and audiences. I didn't mean the box office because apparently on opening weekend, more people went to see Midway instead of Doctor Sleep.
Yeah, I think like horror movies, they either open like right before Halloween. So if like by the time Halloween comes and goes, no one really wants to watch a horror movie in theaters anymore. So if it kind of needs to open at least a few weeks before that, I feel, to really do that well.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. But I don't know. More people really should have went and saw Doctor Sleep instead of Midway, which I actually enjoy Midway for what it is. But that doesn't mean I like all of Roland Emmerich's movies, because some of it's all complete trash.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen any of his movies, but it's just like I don't really care to see any of them. They just look.
Yeah, he did Universal Soldier. He did Independence Day.
I saw the second one, not the first, but the second one. That was really bad.
My condolences, my friend. That film was awful.
Yeah, all I remember was I don't even really remember anything about it except there was one character, and the way he was written, it was just like it was just like such try hard, like, you know, I'm the schlubby like guy, aren't I funny type thing, and it was just like I don't even understand what they were thinking with that, but that's like the only thing I remember from that movie. But it was not very good.
One of the worst films I've ever seen, dude. It is terrible. Like, this is why you don't wait 20 years for a film like this to be made. Like,
yeah, I'm
if you're gonna
surprised.
Do a sequel, at least like do it a few years after.
I'm surprised they didn't get. I mean, there's probably a reason. He was probably, filming something else, or something like that. But I'm surprised they didn't get Will Smith back in that one.
I wish they could have. But no, you're stuck with Chris Hemsworth's brother instead. Like,
and then they did that garbage Men in Black movie without him too.
Oh, you talking about Men in Black International?
Yeah.
I didn't think it was bad. I actually liked Men in Black International.
It was bad.
God, I feel like I'm the only person that actually liked Men in Black International. Like, not to say that I disrespect any of your guys' opinions, but
yeah. I don't know. I just thought
Roland Emmerich is a hypocrite. For real, dude. He's a hypocrite.
Oh, you mean like with the Marvel
the
thing
MCU
he said?
Is ruining all cinema, and you're technically making the same movies over and over again that are somewhat similar. You really have no reason to say that.
Yeah. I could see someone like, at least like, even though people don't agree, and I mean, I kind of don't as well, but like with Scorsese saying stuff like that, but at least it makes sense for him to say that. He doesn't make these huge, epic, special effects heavy movies, but Roland Emmerich, it's just like he's just making crappy versions of what they're doing.
I think Ridley Scott's come out and say that too. I mean, I'm fine with Ridley Scott doing that too, because at least he's made a lot more competent films than Emmerich has.
Yeah.
Like, for example, like The Last Duel, Gladiator, Kingdom of Heaven.
I'm really sad
Unpopular
that
opinion, I love House of Gucci. I don't care what anybody says, man. I love House of Gucci.
I didn't think it was that bad. It was pretty good.
Dude, some of my friends on YouTube hate House of Gucci, and I didn't understand why.
I mean, I think
After I watched the movie,
the only thing I've heard that like people point out why it's supposedly so terrible is because Jared Leto is like playing Mario or whatever in the movie, and it's just like that. But that's part of the reason why it's enjoyable is because he's hamming it up, and it's not. It's not
you
like.
You can't say that you go into the method territory because you're doing a freaking Italian accent for that. That's just stupid.
Yeah.
Like, you're not Christian Bale at all, dude. Christian Bale is the example of a method actor.
Right, yeah, he did.
Daniel Lewis.
Daniel Lewis, yeah.
But Jared Leto is not a method actor.
I mean, that's just sad if you are supposedly doing your method acting and you're like, no, you have to dress me as my character. And then the result is the version of the Joker that we got in Suicide Squad. You would expect if someone is going to pull out all the stops, method acting, that it would at least be a decent performance.
Yeah, but then what ends up happening is he gets a Razzie nomination for it.
Now, I know you made a video on it, but I haven't watched it, but I hear everyone talking so much smack on Morbius, and I was really wondering, because I think it's still in theaters where I live, and I was wondering if I should go see it like tomorrow when the tickets are a little cheaper, because I really kind of doubt it's that bad, but maybe it is. I don't know.
Do not waste your time or your money, dude. It's terrible. Like, if you want to spend your money on seeing a much more worth your time movie, let's see, I'm trying to think of a good example. Like, even though I haven't seen this, but I would say The Northman if you haven't seen that yet.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was really good. Yeah.
What about have you seen The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent?
Yeah, I actually saw that the day after I saw The Northman, but that was pretty good too.
I'm guessing the only movie I haven't seen from that weekend was The Bad Guys.
Yeah, I haven't. I don't know. The animated movies with me, unless it's, I don't know. I have trouble really with new ones, getting up and going to the theater to see them, because most of the time, at least where I live, most of the people, when it just makes sense, most of the people that would go to see them in the theaters would be like parents with their kids, and then the kids are like yelling and running around the theater, and it's like, not really interested.
Well, there is actually quite a bit of adult humor in The Bad Guys, so.
Yeah, I think the last animated movie, unless I'm forgetting something that I saw in theaters, was, I want to say maybe Incredibles 2.
Wow. You didn't see Encanto in theaters?
No, I haven't seen that at all.
Dude, you got to check out Encanto. Encanto is so good. Wait, I don't think you didn't see. I don't think you saw Sonic.
No, I haven't seen either of them.
The last animated movie I've seen in theaters was Madagascar 2, I believe.
I remember seeing the third one in 3D.
well, obviously, the last animated movie I saw in theaters was The Bad Guys, but I also saw, I'm trying to think of what else. It's not really animated, but one movie I was actually very happy I actually got to see on the big screen was that, like, I know you guys might be surprised by this pick for movies I was actually glad to catch in theaters, was Jackass Forever.
Yeah, I
was one
saw
of the
that too. It was
funniest
pretty
movies
good.
I have seen in the theater, bro. I laughed way too hard. So funny.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of the other ones, but I saw that one.
I mean, as long as you knew what you were getting into watching Jackass.
Yo, no, I knew about it. I saw the trailer and everything, and I had known about it, like the show and the movies, but I just never seen any of it.
Like, you never saw like any of it like all the way through.
I mean, I might have seen like an episode or something like on TV, like randomly, but not really but like in the background or something. But like I hadn't seen any of the movies at all.
Still gonna try to finish up my Jackass watch along series on my channel because Jackass Forever is a physical release, and
Aren't they doing?
yeah, I mean,
one thing that kind of, I mean, it really has nothing to do with the movies. It's just more so the business side of it. But like, I always thought it was kind of shady how they would take all of the outtakes from the movies. And most movies, if they have like, or not outtakes, I guess, but like deleted scenes and stuff, they would just put them on the Blu-ray or whatever as an extra, or just not include them or whatever. But instead, they like re-edit it into their own movie, and I was like, that's kind of, I don't know, it like struck me in a weird way.
The way you said it,
like a lot
now
of
that's kind of stupid.
But like, when it comes to like those like deleted scenes or outtakes or anything like that, when it comes to Jackass, like a lot of the times they would use those. They would actually use some of those scenes in the credits.
Yeah, that's true.
Every time I watch the Jackass movies, I always watch the credits because they have a lot of extra footage.
So, what did you think of? I don't know if I know you saw it, but I don't know if we're allowed to talk spoilers or whatever for Doctor Strange. But my favorite, I won't spoil it just in case, but my favorite, or one of my favorite parts of the movie, and I know it sounds strange to say it, but was the second post-credit scene or whatever.
That second post-credit scene made me yell. That was anticlimactic as all hell in that theater.
Yeah.
Like, I screamed that out loud. Like, I didn't care because like that was so anticlimactic. But my friend told me that it made sense though because it's one of the guys that Sam Raimi has previously worked with. No spoilers who it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm kind of ignoring the chat here a little bit. But Mobile Movies and Train Studios, constant viewer on my channel. What's up, buddy? I will check that video out after I log off tonight. So thank you for that. Sure about Jackass 4.5 coming out? Yes. I also will be doing a watch along of that on my channel when that comes out on Netflix. So
I'll probably go and watch that too, because I have Netflix.
if you want to join up, hey Jared, if you want to join for a watch along, man, feel free.
That'll be my first Jackass film.
Yeah, I mean, because if you want to join me and Fritzky for our watch along, no problem, man. Just hit me up. We'll figure out a day to do that. Post-credit scenes are unnecessary. Thoughts? Anyone?
Sometimes they
mean,
serve a purpose.
it makes sense for the Marvel movies to have them just because they're constantly interconnecting to one another and it's like there's no end in sight. But I think it is kind of, at least for now, I don't know if they're going to change this down the road, but I always thought it's like interesting, like when I saw a DC movie, like the more recent ones, and they've had post-credit scenes because it's like they're not really connecting in the same way. I mean, they are, but they're not like building towards a Justice League 2 or anything like that. So it's like it's kind of pointless in that regard.
Like with the Suicide Squad, like I knew they were going to set up something. Like after the second part scene ended, I knew what they were setting up.
Yeah.
So
X-Men.
Well,
no. What was it?
But I think so in trains, I think you kind of caused a spoiler a little bit for Jared, but I'm not really gonna point that comment out. But it's all good, buddy. Just, no spoilers ahead. Best part of the movie is America Chavez. She was great. I think Elizabeth Olsen stole the show as Wanda.
Yeah. Oh, although one thing I thought was interesting about the movie is it felt more like a continuation of WandaVision than a Doctor Strange 2 for the most part. I mean, there's a little bit, but for the most part, I felt that way about it.
That's a good point, actually. I never really thought of it like that, actually. I never really thought of it like that. But that is a good point. I don't know, man. But yeah, it was one of the craziest films I've seen in a theater. Like, that movie was insane. Like, no one can describe how crazy that movie was. Okay, thank you for clarifying, but Movies and Trains, if you want my first recommendation for movies to see in theaters, go Multiverse of Madness. You'll like it. But you don't have to say sorry. I mean, you're all good. But just make sure you stay for that post-credit scene so you know what I'm talking about.
How many movies have you guys seen that have come out this year so far?
I think about 53.
53 new movies?
Yeah, because I watched also a lot of those crappy Netflix movies.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. They put out so many movies.
I would say 9, I believe.
I've seen not movies in theaters, but I've seen 53 movies overall. Like,
I've only seen 7.
Okay. But
and they've all been in theaters.
Theaters?
Yeah.
Okay. But best we've seen so far this year, no competition, it's the Batman. Easy. No competition.
Overhyped.
I would say that's my number 2.
Are you gonna say it's Batman, bro? Come on.
I feel like when I first saw it, I was kind of would say that, but then I saw it for the second time and I liked it more. I might say it's like a little bit, maybe, but not really that much. Not really.
Bro, people met some of my friends' live streams that were calling it Batman. I was like, what are you people talking about? Like, I don't understand. why some people call it Batman. I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably
But yeah,
it's my number 2 of the year.
yeah, easily
So
my
what's
number
your
one is
number one?
Batman.
Everything, everywhere, all at once.
I guess I can go by my top like 5. Number 2 would be Sonic the Hedgehog 2, much to people's surprise. It is my number 2. Number 3 is Jackass Forever. Number 4 is Multiverse of Madness, and then number 5 is The Lost City.
Yeah, I would probably say I would go all the movies I've seen. 1, Everything Everywhere All at Once. 2, Batman. 3, The Northman. 4, Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. And then 5 and 6, I would fluctuate between Jackass Forever and Doctor Strange. And then, but a definite number 7, last place would be Blacklight.
I hated that movie. It was terrible.
It was so bad. And this is coming from someone that, the action movies that he's been doing recently, I've seen them, and if you know what to expect going in, that they're pretty generic and kind of beat by beat, then I can still enjoy them, but that one was just so bad.
Yep, I definitely agree with you there. I'm trying to remember my top 10. Oh yeah, number 6 would be The Bad Guys. Number 7 would be Turning Red. Number 8, The Fallout. HBO Max. If you have not seen The Fallout, treat yourself. Not an easy to watch movie, but you gotta check it out. It's really good. Number 9 is Scream 5. I don't care what he says, man. I love Scream 5. Remember what my number 10 is. Give me 1 second here, folks. I will see my number 10 really quick. Okay, found out. My number 10 may not count as a 2022 movie, but I count it. A Journal for Jordan with Michael B. Shanty Adams. Really good movie, actually. Very underrated.
That movie I swear I saw the trailer for that movie like at least 10 times.
I saw it once when I went and saw Eternals, and I completely forgot about the trailer by then.
Yeah, that's a good. I just remembered something. That's something that has discouraged me from seeing movies in general, or just in theaters, is seeing the trailer too much. That happened to me with Free Guy, to where I just saw the trailer so many times I can't even count how many times, and so I was just like, I'm not gonna see this movie. But then I went over to my dad's house and he rented it, and he said, "Oh, you want to watch it with me?" And I watched it and I really enjoyed it way more than I thought I would. So I kind of wish I would have seen it in theaters, but at least since I didn't, I kind of forgot about most of what was in the trailer. So
You probably would have predicted everything that was going to happen if you saw Free Guy in theaters.
yeah,
Like, you probably would have predicted everything. Like,
that's the thing with
I saw the most in
trailers.
theaters.
I like, unless I'm watching a movie in theaters, like where you have to, the trailers are just showing beforehand, but um like I don't watch trailers like when they upload them to YouTube. I never watch them because it's like, unless it's a movie where like I'm on the fence, then maybe I'll do it, but if it's a movie I already know I want to see, I'm not gonna watch the trailer.
Yeah, I definitely saw it. But the one I saw the most in theaters, like, for this year, in regards to the trailer I've seen the most, was actually The Lost City. Like
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I was like,
yeah, that one too.
I don't know. And when I saw it at Jackass Forever, I was like, okay, this movie looks like crap. Then I saw it again at Uncharted. I was like, yeah, this movie looks terrible. It looks so cringe. Like, the only funny part about that trailer at first was when Brad Pitt showed up, and I thought that was so funny. But then everything else, I was like, okay, this looks terrible. But after I heard the thing, I was like, I talked to my mom about it, and was like, hey, you want to go see The Lost City? She was like, sure, anytime you want to go. I mean, I had off that day, so we went to the 150 showing, and I laughed way more than I should have. Was
Yeah,
really, really
that movie
good.
just kind of looked all right to me. I don't know.
But I would say if you can get past the trailer for a little bit, like if you were thinking the movie was going to be bad, I would say you'd like it.
That's the thing with trailers is like it goes either like one of two ways. Either the movie or the trailer shows all the best parts, and then by the time you see the movie, it's like, well, you know, that would have been funny if I hadn't seen the trailer like 50 times. Or it's a movie where they kind of make it out to be something it's not, and I won't spoil it in case anyone hasn't seen the movie. Even though it's, you know, it's been out, it came out last year, but Malignant. I didn't see the trailer for that movie, but once I watched the movie and I was hearing some people didn't like it, and then some people were saying that, you know, it was nothing like the trailer, that the trailer made it seem more like the Conjuring type movie, but the movie is nothing like that.
It is not. Like, I don't know, man, but the trailer that I watched when I went and saw Scream 5, like when I saw the trailer for Moonfall, like after that trailer was over, like when John Bradley was like, it's on airplane mode, and I immediately turned to my mom and I was like, no.
The thing I don't
terrible.
understand about Roland Emmerich, his most recent two movies, Midway and Moonfall, is from what I've read, they're technically independent movies in the sense that, you know, no studio is funding the movie. Now, I think like Lionsgate like had some involvement with
both of those movies.
Yeah, I think they distributed it, but in terms of actually like funding the movie, I think it was just a bunch of investors and stuff. And it's like, I don't understand how he gets like $90 million to make this, or no, it was more than $90 million for Moonfall. I think it was like 150 million.
100 million.
And it's just like, who thinks this is a good idea? Movies like this don't really make money nowadays.
And Moonfall barely even made any money, which I was happy about.
Yeah, well, one thing that is similar to that in a way is, you know, we're kind of talking about Ridley Scott earlier, but The Last Duel, I saw that in theaters, and I didn't really know anything about the movie really, and I was like, wow, this is really good. And then it totally bombed at the box office, and it's like now Hollywood, they're not gonna fund movies like that anymore, you know, with any sort of budget. They're just gonna do them like on the cheap. And if you do a movie like that with an extremely small budget, you know, it's just not gonna turn out as good.
Dude, that movie, I'm an idiot for not seeing that movie in theaters. I feel so stupid for that.
I think I haven't seen a lot of his movies.
Instead.
Yeah, I think that's probably my favorite Ridley Scott movie from the ones I've seen. I haven't seen that many though.
I think it's his best since The Martian, if I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, that's another movie where
better
like
than The Martian, but it's definitely his best since The Martian.
Where like when I first watched The Martian in theaters, I was like, this is okay. I don't think I was in the right mindset for the type of movie that it was. I just kind of assumed it would be something a little different. And then I watched it again. And I'm like, this is really good. I don't know why I didn't really like it the first time.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know, man. But we'll see what happens when we get more movies like that, at least. But
I think he's doing
we'll see what
a
happens.
movie about Napoleon with Joaquin Phoenix next.
Actually interested in that. Movies and Train says, I'm not sure if we're going to watch Multiverse of Madness. Please watch it. I'm going to see Gun Maverick, so I'm so excited to see it. Yes. As I stated earlier, I might see Top Gun at the day it comes out.
I want to see that too, but I have to. I mean, I don't have to, but I want to watch the first one first because I haven't seen that one. But yeah, I want to see that.
And I will watch it again since I have my little 4K split Top Gun, which this thing is gorgeous. I seriously really love this steelbook, and my parents gave this to me at Christmas gift last Christmas, so shout out to my parents. So I might rewatch this film in the week that Maverick comes out, or might rewatch it this week and actually do a review, because I really want to review Top Gun.
I think the guy that directed the new one, like he did like Tron Legacy and Oblivion and stuff.
I hope he can pull this off. Honestly, I hope he pulls this off.
I heard because they screened it at CinemaCon, and I heard a lot of people that were able to see it there really said it was really good.
We'll see how that goes, but yeah, but I think I'm going to call it for tonight. So thank you to Hot Rod Red 0317 for joining me, Jared Runner as well. You guys are awesome. Thank you very much for coming in, and yeah, it's been a good time. So
all right, see ya.
Yeah, see ya, and you guys as well. So peace.